Zeta here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Super Paper Mario! In the last episode, which was like 2.5 months ago for me, I got this door. Yes, I'm professional at intros. So, anyways, without further ado, let's open the green doors. Through the fierce battle against Francis, Tippy and the Mario gang grew closer. Why is it not the Peach gang? Isn't she kind of like the leader? She's the princess. The conspiracy. Behind a fourth door lay a whole new world that beckoned to them both. What awaited was vaster and stranger than anything they'd encountered so far. In order to claim the pure heart, they would have to endure new, far-out trials. What is this, the 90s?
Chapter 4-1, Into Outer Space.
Well, who's that voice? You've never heard him before.
Hi.
Well done. This is a friend of mine who has never been on the channel before, but I've known him for 5 years or so. So, everyone say hi to Nashu!
Hi, everybody!
And also, say hi to Stars. Because we're in space. We're just standing on nothing.
Space!
Stars everywhere. I believe we're in outer space, almost certainly. Well, we could just be, like, not in space and looking up at the stars, but I appreciate your viewpoint regardless, Tippy. What troubles you, Mario? Ah, yes, of course. We seem to be lacking air. You need that, don't you? That's very nonchalant of you, Tippy. It's like, oh yeah, you need this vital component. That's kind of a problem. You're gonna die otherwise. We should probably fix that. I'm talking very slowly, so that you will die faster. It's all Tippy's plan. Well, let me see. Tippy, you're not thinking very well under pressure. And I like how Carrie just sat there and did nothing. She's very uncarrying.
Ah, puns.
Hey, please wake up. You're alright, aren't you? Oh, thank goodness. I really don't know how I got us all out of there. It just sort of happened. Well, boxes appeared. I guess you couldn't see that because you're all two-dimensional. Although that raises the question of how you see each other. I guess Tippy's not actually two-dimensional because, I mean, she has, like, the butterfly things, so the wings themselves are two-dimensional, but the way she's flapping them makes her appear 3D.
Well, all your pixels flip with you when you flip into 3D, so...
That just means they're like a picture of food in a Sakurai game. They just rotate with the camera.
That's a good point.
We won't last out there as we are. Perhaps we should ask Merlin's advice. Well, time to go jump off the building. Because that's the best way to get down.
Not to spoil anything, but I've never understood how this part of the game works.
What I don't get is why air is suddenly a necessity for walking in outer space. Have you seen Super Mario Galaxy?
Yeah. I guess Paper Mario's a separate universe. That's what I've always figured. But you also don't need air when you swim underwater in this game, so...
That is another good point. There's a lot of water.
Yeah.
Oh, that was certainly quick work. You've already found the next pure heart? Yeah, it was just kind of floating out there in space. That door led us straight into outer space. Space? Oh, I imagine that was an unwelcome surprise. I like Merlin's little jig. How does he get his beard circles to do that?
Magic.
Look at what his beard circles are doing. They're just like wiggling. Stop wiggling! There was no air, so Mario and his friends couldn't breathe. What do we do? If you had a space helmet, you would be alright, I imagine. Just a helmet, nothing else. That's how space works. Of course, I don't have one, but I imagine that even something like a space helmet would suffice. And I just so happen to. Oh, blast it. What now? Oh, double blast it all! I cleaned out my shelves the other day. Is that why they're so cluttered and packed with random doodads and books? He's a good spring cleaner. Yes, I had the perfect thing, but I was making space and I gave it to someone in town. To who? Oh, just some random boy. It seemed more convenient than recycling it. You must find that boy and explain the situation. Get it back from him. Alright. Let's go steal stuff from a random innocent kid! I believe he's 1 floor up.
Stealing is good.
When it benefits the hero, of course it's good. Why do you think Link breaks so many pots in people's homes? That's just how games work in general. When it benefits you, everything is good.
Yeah. Unless it's like a story thing that you're not supposed to do it. Like, oh,
Here
if
he
you
is.
do
Here's
this,
the kid.
if you do this, this is the dark path.
Did Merlin give me something like a helmet? You mean this fishbowl? Yeah, I kept Captain Gill's here in a cup, but then he got too big for it. Yeah, that's why I got real happy when I got this fishbowl. Thing is, now the captain got so big the bowl got too small for him.
That was fast.
Hey, I know, maybe you could find a nice place to set Captain Gills free for me. Captain deserves freedom! Then you guess the fishbowl. That's good, huh? But where can he go? I want to know is that he'll be nearby at all times. You gots to help me. So, basically, he's just given his prized pet fish to some stranger he never met before. Just in the blink of an eye.
Could just dump it out on the ground, I mean.
Dump it out on the ground right in front of him.
Yeah.
He's just like, here, I'll find a place for you so he's welcome. And then he's
Thanks
just like...
for the bowl!
You just go up the thing. Mario is cruel, but he needs that fishbowl. Because clearly a fishbowl is going to protect him in space.
Yeah, that's what I don't get.
He wouldn't... using a fishbowl, he would just run flat out of oxygen because he doesn't have an oxygen tank or anything. He would just have a bowl around his head and eventually he would suffocate.
Well, the thing is, it would sort of work if you were going underwater because the water wouldn't come up through the underside of the bowl. But if you're in space, an upside down bowl, the lack of oxygen would just, like... There would be no oxygen in the fishbowl in the first place.
Exactly. Now the fishbowl is empty, you use it as a space helmet. Clearly, that's how space works. Just ask NASA. Now I can go to space, so let's head back to that door. I also like how the bowl gets like a Captain Almar like little doodad on the top of it to like signify that it is a true space helmet now.
Yeah, it didn't have that before. It just gets it all of a sudden.
That's the wrong direction. I clearly know my way around this game.
I've played through this game once, and I've watched my brother play through it once, and I still don't know my way around this place.
It's a learning process, really.
Yeah.
You have to take time to remember things.
Especially when you're finding the pillars for the pure hearts. Those things are so hard to find sometimes.
I got lost finding like the third one or something. I don't even remember. It was a while ago, but I definitely got lost finding one of them. At least the first one is easy. You just jump off the cliff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I actually said that or not, but that's what I did on my very first playthrough of this game. Like when I was trying to find the pure heart for it, I didn't realize this was an elevator, so I literally just jumped off to the left and found the pillar. I was a good gamer. I was finding shortcuts right from the very get-go.
Whatever works.
Now we're back in Chapter 4-1. We're back to see the stars.
The black stars, for some reason.
Want to use the helmet? I wonder what happens if you say no. It's dangerous to head into space all willy-nilly, you know. Please, put the helmet on. I don't listen to you. It's not like being in water, you know. Wait, you still can't breathe either way. Unless Mario has gills. Does Mario have gills? That would explain everything.
That would explain everything.
Except how he can use fireballs underwater.
Yeah. Something makes me think if you keep this up, you eventually get a game over. I think I've done it before.
Alright, fine. I don't want to get a game over because I didn't save. Well, what do you think? Can you breathe now? Very well, let's go then. The pure heart is somewhere in the Sea of Stars. You know, maybe Mario didn't actually end up emptying all of the water, and that's how he can breathe in this thing. He has gills, so he's just breathing through the water.
That would actually make perfect sense.
We have solved the mystery of Mario. He has gills.
Oh my goodness.
He's part fishman. SOS. Should we answer the call?
Nah. I'm sure they're not in any danger.
Come on, Chippy. There we go. It's a ship. There's something here. What in the world is this? Well, we're not in a world. We're out of the world.
What
Get
in
your
the
facts
outer
straight,
space
Tippy.
is this?
Is this a spaceship? Looks rather like it. Kind of looks like a weird green egg thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to voice this character?
Sure. Why not? Squirp!
He's like an octopus.
Squirple, squeeple, squinks. Warning, squirp!
Oh, dear. Who are you? An alien, perhaps?
You're the ones looking for the pure heart, Squirple. Cuter than I thought. Heart.
He just says heart out loud.
Yes.
Not even less than 3. He just says heart. How do you know about the pure heart? And about us? Are you allied with Count Black? I demand answers.
No scary faces. You can call me Squirps. I'm your captain, Squirk. And if you want the pure heart, we need to work together, Squoop. I'm not the best with voice acting.
Neither am I. Doesn't stop me from doing it. Whatever do you mean? Please explain yourself.
Squirps can't tell much now, but you must trust Squirps. Now follow me, Squinks.
We won't be doing that. We just met you, and...
Squawk!
He's also part chicken.
You heed the captain. You are a space grunt now, and that is the only rule. Your only responses should be yes, sir, and gotcha. Understood, Squirkle?
Yes, sir.
Squack, 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 squack. Looks like you understand your place, Squirp.
Are you okay with this? Yes. Because I'm brain dead from lack of oxygen. If you say so.
Great, let's get ready then. Squarp formation, squoogle. We'll squarp directly into the pure heart. It's like warping, except Squirps invented it. In order to squarp, we'll need a lot of energy. Squeak. You're all brimming with power-up power, right? You must give it to Squirps.
Press A to give Squirps your power-up power.
Whatever
That's not
that
something I would
means.
think you would hear every day. I like how, like, Mario's other hand is layered above Squirps, so it's just kind of like he's rubbing him. With the back of his hand.
Makes perfect sense. I never noticed that. Success! Star.
And then he opens up the wormhole.
And here we go. Looks like a kaleidoscope. Squarp!
It does, actually. Well, and then we got spaghettified.
And then everyone died. The end.
Wee. Hello. Can we go now?
Nope, more dialogue. Squall? We're not even close to our destination. Squoops. Is that all the power-up power you have, Squirp? Good for nothing, space grunts. Squirps was an idiot for thinking you had more. Wow. Well, good-for-nothings have their own good-for-nothing ways of moving. Squank. There's a ways to go before you reach the pure heart. You must space swim. Use 2 to shoot enemies with my Squirp squirt beam. Squirp! Fire, space grunt. Charge!
Alright, now we can move, and now it's like a 2D shoot-a-thon thingy. I don't know what it's called. Shmup, I guess. Side-scrolling shmup. And there's space jellies. So, yay, we're just space moving.
Space
If I recall
swimming.
correctly, this chapter is pretty quick.
Yeah, I think it is. Unless you get lost in that one part. Which I did.
I don't even remember what part you're talking about, so I'll find out in like a minute or so. There's something behind. There it is. There's the catch card. I knew there was something behind one of these asteroids. When you're in 3D, you can't move up and down.
Really? I guess that makes sense.
I accidentally hopped on Carrie. I did. Now Carrie is just controlling Squirps.
It's funny because being on carry is actually faster.
We're standing in space. Seems like a good thing.
It's always a good idea.
Warp Zone! Clearly, we're playing Super Meat Boy. That's what this is. It has the same initials. If you think of it as Super Mario Brothers, not Super Paper Mario, because then it doesn't have the same initials, and the joke doesn't work. Ignore me. I'm gonna go in this one. I like the constellations in the background. There's the fire flower there.
Yeah, it's a shame the, what is that one guy? The penguin from Yoshi's Island? He should be in the background there, since he became a constellation.
Raphael the Raven? Well, this is a different
Yeah.
continuity, and in Paper Mario continuity, Raphael's a good guy who just sits on top of a tree in Yoshi Island.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Whoa, what are these things? I don't remember any of this part of the chapter, really. This part of the chapter just kind of just goes by.
Yeah, I think
Kind of like...
I think this is the part I got lost in, because like there's just this giant maze of different warps that you have to find, and like you have to find your way through them. It gets kind of annoying.
well, it's not too bad. I don't think it's long, at least.
It is when you can't figure out where to go.
Well, then just try all the possibilities, and you'll find it eventually.
Yeah?
That's how mazes work. Go on all the paths that you haven't been on before. I think I just went back to the beginning.
And that's the problem with it.
Well, I know which wormhole I went into, so I can just not go into that wormhole again. Oh no, I didn't go into the beginning because there's a pipe back there. This looks like the beginning, though. Aha! I knew there was something else hidden behind one of these wormholes. Not wormholes, asteroids. Wormholes and asteroids are the same thing, right?
Definitely. I mean, they're both in space, so obviously they're the same thing.
Thank you. That is good logic right there. I always have trouble moving around in 3D.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Because like it's not the same viewpoint you get in the other Paper Mario games.
It's also a more awkward controller.
That's a good
It's
point.
the
There's
Wiimote.
no D-pad. Or no joystick. Whatever you want to call it.
Is this game even compatible with something like the classic controller? I don't think so.
I don't
You have
believe
to-
it is.
You have to do stuff like point at the screen sometimes, so it wouldn't really make sense to have it compatible with that. Oh hey, look, it's the end of the chapter.
Wow, already?
I told you it was short.
Well, I guess this is just 4-1, so.
Yep. I didn't even remember the area that well. I just went into doors and I found it. So, not a very good maze.
Not at all. It gets worse, though. Or better, I guess.